Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Big news, the Saxo is for sale. Sort of and sort of not, but I'll explain. A few weeks ago I had the Jag behind in for its test, its control technique, which is the equivalent of the British MOT test. Basically checking that things safe for the road, and it flew through it. Just before that, I mentioned to a friend here that yeah, everything goes well with that, chances are I'll be selling the Saxo, and he's mentioned it to one or two people, and there's a couple that were interested in it, but they buggered off on holiday, so not said anything. I don't know. I did say this week, May, whatever. I have another good friend that's interested in it. I don't know. I think his nose was a bit out of joint that I kind of effectively sold it locally, but hope not, because they're a very, very good friend, and it's still open for him. Basically, first person comes up with the asking price, it's theirs, and they're getting a really, really good car. So what I'll do is I'll have a quick tour around, a quick talk about the history, and then I'll go through facts, figures to do with it, and that's it for today. The Saxo, the Saxo. So I've just given it a full valet, a full clean up, all the liquids and everything, everything done. I like to call my cars names. This one's look at the reg, and then it's also the model exclusive, so I called it It's a very, very rare car. It's the 3-door exclusive, which was the very final run of the Saxos. And apparently they only made 300 right-hand drive, 300 left-hand drive for the whole world. So she's in very, very good condition. Not perfect, it's 21 years old. And it's, yeah, but it's in pretty good. I don't think there'll be many Saxos in this condition, being honest with you. As I say, just done the clean-up, inside and out. It's in a beautiful state. Done all in the back, I've done all the windows, wheels, tyres, bodywork, the first aid kit, snow chains. I have a hydraulic jack and a spider and a lever for the spider when you want to get a bit of power and doing up your wheel nuts and whatnot. Headlight for if it happens at night, the regulations triangle. And I've got window cleaning stuff because you do get to, especially in summer, clean off a lot of fly symmetry that happens. It's with the stereo as well, so the stereo has 4 speakers in the back, 2 in the front, sounds pretty good, plays MP3s, you can plug in the audio direct, it's all pretty good. The rest of my gadgets I've taken out. The Saxo's still on the winter tyres, but I'd have another set of wheels with a set of Uniroyal rain tyres on. So you don't have to take it to a garage to switch over for the seasons and stuff. So bodywork wise, yeah, there's a few dinks and things, but one of my mechanics actually did one of these when he was leaning over doing stuff. But you can see the not the thickest of panels. But generally very, very good condition. I've not managed to replace this because this was exclusive for the exclusive. They're very rare to get hold of, but it works. Oh well, if it works, don't fix it. And this is the Saxo ready to go. On the technical front and heading into facts and figures, that's my insurance below. It's just done its test back in October. That lasted another 2 years, so that's October 24. It's tested for, I'll keep my little YouTube thingy there. It's been to Switzerland a couple of times. It's actually been to 12 different countries. 12, is that right? Yeah, 12 different countries, and never really caused a major problem. It's never dumped me at the side of the road. Inside the engine, 157,000 kilometres, just short of 100,000 miles. It's had the cylinder head gasket done about 10,000 ago. I had all the suspension geometry checked and adjusted and perfected. And indeed, I've actually did a video a while back where I was on the motorway and I was seeing how long I could go without touching the steering wheel. 4.6 kilometres of straight road. That's how straight she is. So yeah, it's I don't really want to get rid of it, but I've had it for 6 years, and yeah, time to go. I've also decided for now my daily will be the Jaguar. So often I come down to the garage and I'm thinking, right, Saxo today or Jaguar today, and it's always the Jag. So yeah, it's a bit more expensive to run, but it's cheaper if I get rid of the Saxo as well. It's cheaper to run. Leaves me an option as well to pick up another car as a second car if I want, and I don't have to try and occupy a third parking space. I don't want 3 cars, 2's enough. It's going for a price of €2,500, which to some folk in some countries might sound expensive, but that's actually pretty cheap for a car like this in France. France second-hand cars, and also nowadays, current situation, second-hand market and all that, yeah, that's a pretty good price for it. Like I say, the first person to come up with that, they've got themselves a really nice car. And just in final, inside, everything works. There's nothing broken. It's all fantastic. Let's get a wee look under the bonnet. Have a look at the works. This is always a challenge to do one-handed and one-legged. So, yeah. Just a note on there, when it was done 25,000 kilometres ago, the head gasket was done. The timing and pump and all the associated stuff to do with that distribution, that was all done as well. Brand new battery, which happens almost every year here in the Alps at altitude with the cold and the winter and stuff. And it's a pretty clean bay, really clean engine bay, not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen better, right enough. But yeah, as I say, everything works, everything's functional. So that's it for today. The Saxo for sale. Whether it's that couple or my mate across the mountains or a farmer down the road that's expressed an interest in it, first person to come up the 2.5k, it's all theirs. And yeah, it's time for it to go. A bit of a sad day really. I've got it ready. It's not going anywhere yet, but it's cleaned up. It's going to get covered up and parked up, and then we'll see. That's it. So thanks for watching. One added bonus is for the Jaguar, I've reinstalled a couple of the things. So my phone was over here before. It was had problems with lights, so hopefully it's going to be better there, and it's nearer my line of vision. I've got my sat-nav, my Garmin up there as well, which I use as a kilometre. Yep, name that tune. I use this as a kilometre per hour thing. It's just loading up because I haven't actually powered it up fully yet since I plugged it in here. I've got all the wires built in and stuff. Well, that's doing that. I've got the dash cam set up, and this all comes on automatically when you fire the car up, so it all switches itself off as well. So let's just see what we can get here. It's a temperamental wee thing. Okay, nailed it. Agree. View the map. If I click on that, then I get a speedo in kilometres per hour. Not to mention bearings, elevation, mileage, whatever. Has a max speed thing and whatever. So I can monitor trips with that as well. Don't really need the sat-nav part of it because I have that already in the Jag. And also, needless to say, one uses Waze on mobile phones. So yeah, the Jag well gadgeted up, and a couple of spare USBs down there all plumbed in as well. These wheel trims are the originals from 21 years ago, and they're still on it. Pretty good. So also, it has 2 keys with it. It has full service history. It starts first time every time.